Hello guys! So I'm back for another video, and again I am filming at a time when there's no sunlight coming in the window. So the lighting again is kind of off, but that's fine. So I wanted to talk about today another topic for the November Mental Health Challenge, but I think it is rather fitting for my own situation as well, because I've been having a bit of a, I don't know, kind of identity crisis-ish situation with what I should do with Jolvie, because I think that if you try to create something where you turn yourself into some sort of like guru or expert on a topic, it can kind of make you feel a little bit I don't know, overwhelmed by the responsibility, especially in the area of mental health, because there's no way that I can fix everyone's problems and tell everyone exactly what will work for them, because obviously everyone's different. So today, kind of in the same vein as my last introduction video all about how you want to make sustainable goals, like brainstorm sustainable goals for yourself, this video is going to be a bit of advice about the finish line you're trying to get to, because I know that a lot of us can get a bit bogged down with perfection, and this kind of applies to both wanting to be perfect in attaining our goals and then feeling really crappy when we don't have a perfect track record of getting our goals every single day, because that's definitely not what we're trying to do here. So I just wanted to make that clear. So if you have a day that doesn't go well, just remember that this is a month. So if you have a bad day or even 2 bad days, that's like great, because you can just go back into it again and just learn from your mistakes and move forward. And then the other part of that is that there is no ideal where you're going either, because there is no perfect frame of mind. And this whole thing is all about improving your mindset. So if you basically think that there's going to be a time at some point when you've like made it mentally and you feel great and you just have this click and you're like, you know what, my brain is great, everything's perfect, and I've worked out so my body is perfect too. It's like, no, we're always going to have something that we want to work on. So yeah, and in my case, I think that applies to my like looking backwards a little bit too much, you know what I mean? Like I have a time in my past where I felt really good, and that was when I'd ran every day for a month at the gym, and I felt like really good mentally and physically as well. And I also was doing really well at my job and my website that I was making, and I was traveling, and I just remember feeling like, you know, like I was making it in life, you know what I mean? And so I've always felt like I need to chase that feeling and feel like I have to make that again. And I think I've kind of realized that trying to chase something that's already happened is kind of a silly thing to do. So I'm kind of trying to reframe that as I want to do the best I can today and really focus on being more present as opposed to trying to be who I was before, because I think it's been like 2 or 3 years since then, so I'm obviously a much different person. I've had a bunch of different experiences since then. So I think that a lot of people probably who have mental health problems think this way too, I would say, maybe. I don't know if you're the same way. If you think about a time before you got depressed or before you had an episode that derailed you in some way and you're thinking, oh, if only that hadn't happened, if only I could be how I was before. And I think that that can mess you up a little bit, because I just remember in some of the worst times I've had, I remember like sitting in my bed and being like crying, and like looking at a picture of myself when I was like feeling good, and like looking at how I looked and how much more alive I looked, like my eyes, like just like, you know, you can tell when you see a picture of someone if they're like in their eyes that there's like a life there. And I remember looking at myself and being like, why can't I feel like that? I want to feel like that now. And to be honest, like I feel great today, much better than I felt last year when I was feeling really shit and back in the depression again last year. But I don't think that I've ever gotten back to that, especially just the combination of being really, you know, feeling accomplished in my professional life, feeling good in my body and good in my mind. Like, not like that whole feeling that I had then hasn't come again. And I'm kind of learning to be okay with that, because I think that even if I become successful again, if I make my body feel and function the way I want it to, and I want to get my mind to where I want it to be, I think that even if I do, it's not going to be the same as it was. And I think that it's not a good thing to think that there is a perfect way to be mentally, because there isn't. There's no perfect way. And also, even when we get there, we're going to have bad days as well. And it's all about developing coping mechanisms and tools, like have a little toolbox that you keep in your back pocket that allows you to not fall too deep. And if you do find yourself falling, you can lift yourself up a little bit. But I will save that toolbox for another video.